From my user research, I realized that creating two different user experiences for heroes and villains just wouldn't work. So I started thinking again about what I wanted from my website. So instead, I decided to create a high fashion website that would appeal to both heroes and villains, wanted to incorporate elements of that landing page, have calls to actions, have the focus on the user beginning the design process. And then I wanted to incorporate that questionnaire style suit creator, collects data, and then it generates that suit for you. So this is the homepage that I created. Now, just to take a quick look at the colors that I chose. So I went with really neutral colors like browns and grays. Grey is often associated with luxury, brown, very neutral. I decided to go with split screen design to give it a modern kind of feel. Imagery, super important, especially in fashion websites. I also wanted to do black and white to give it that kind of vintage and classy feel. I kept the website super simple, plenty of black and white, and then just a very simple how it works at the end so everyone would understand what was involved in the process. And then I had my three calls to actions to actually get the users started. Now, with the questionnaire, it's super simple, very similar to Outfittery. You just click and that's it. Very straightforward. Now, the only problem I had with this, as I had at this stage, I had planned out all my question pages. I knew what was involved, but the more I added questions on, more pages I added, it started to feel a little bit boring. And I started to wonder, was I meeting my users' needs? So even though the prototype wasn't finished, I decided to test it at this stage anyways, because I just felt that something was missing. So I had two users test it. Now, ideally, I would have had a hero and a villain test it. I don't know any heroes or villains, so I got the next best thing. Darren, he is a DC and Marvel mega fan, so he knew everything. And then Ellen, she is a buyer of Brown Thomas, so she's used to working with high-end brands. Now, from that user testing, I found out that the questionnaire alone was too simple. When Ellen actually got to the end of the questionnaire, she was happy with the suit that she got. So she got a result, she was happy with the suit, but she wanted to change the color. And she said, well, I have to go all the ways back to change the color. And I realized that this was a huge problem. I wasn't actually meeting my users' needs and I wasn't allowing the users to be creative. So users like Batman, users like the Joker, they create all their own weapons. The questionnaire was just too simple for them. So I knew I had to make an improvement, but not a whole change. At this stage, I was coming to the deadline, so I had to make a decision. Did I keep going with my questionnaire and hope that it didn't turn out too boring and that I met my users' needs and it was allowing my users to be creative enough? Or did I take a big leap and decide to make some kind of design tool that would allow my users to make changes at the end? And I decided to take that leap of faith. And the first thing I did is I went researching and I went to find some custom made websites, so websites that allow you to custom make clothes. And the first one I found was Blue Thread. So they have this very simple design tool here, and this really inspired the design tool that I put in. Now, had I had more time, I may have considered doing something like this, where you can change the whole outfit, but unfortunately, time constraints just didn't allow that. So, what I came up with instead is I still had my questionnaire. You went through all the questionnaire and then you got your results. But at the end, you were allowed to change that color scheme and make those changes. So instead of going all the ways back to change your colors, you've got to be a bit creative. You've got to actually have a hand in the design. In the end, I was super happy with the website. I felt it was modern and sleek and high fashion. It met Edna's needs. The neutral design appealed to both the superhero and the villain. And the custom design tool, it was super, super simple. The questionnaire is super simple. Any user could use it. And then just the color option at the end allowed my users that bit more creativity.